He had a doctor prescribe medicine for him. What the medicine was something for his skin. And I recall them coming in very large quantities, boxes.
Well, people are saying that she didn't get her new body by exercising. They're saying that she got it by liposuction. And Khloe lashed out at the rumors while she was at the gym. And look, there's only 24 hours in a day. We've all got to multitask.
Many people think skin bleaching is just about beauty. But for Black people, it is a scar carved deep into history, a stain that can never be erased. And even more shocking, the very actresses once celebrated for their radiant brown skin, once hailed as symbols of Black pride, were the ones who chose to embrace it. On the red carpet, they appeared with pale, unfamiliar faces and paid a heavy price that left anyone who heard the story stunned. In today's video, we will uncover the truth about 11 Black actresses who sacrificed their skin color in order to survive in the ruthless world of Hollywood. What did they have to endure? 1. Latoya Jackson, the White Shadow, beside Michael. In the Jackson family, each had their own peak. Michael was the king of pop. Janet was the global queen of pop. And Latoya? Her name was tied not to music, but to shock value and scandals that hovered close to tragedy. And then, like a curse that clung to her, her skin color became a haunting question mark that never went away. June 1992, Beverly Hilton Hotel, Los Angeles. When Latoya stepped onto the red carpet, the entire room buzzed. Her face was so pale, it looked unfamiliar, while her neck and hands remained a deep brown. The camera flashes exposed the harsh contrast. The next morning, the headline screamed, "Another Jackson has changed skin color." Some tried to defend Latoya. Perhaps she suffered from vitiligo like Michael, the autoimmune disease that strips skin of pigment and leaves ghostly white patches across the body. The illness was devastating, not only erasing skin color, but also subjecting the patient to public scrutiny and judgment. For Michael, vitiligo was confirmed in his autopsy report. But for Latoya, there was never any public medical record to prove it. That ambiguity only fueled harsher judgment. If Latoya truly had vitiligo, why had she never disclosed it? If it was just makeup, why did she vanish from the spotlight for an entire year? That silence opened the door to cruel rumors that she wasn't sick at all, but had willingly turned to bleaching creams, hydroquinone, even acid peels in Beverly Hills to completely change her skin. Whispers spread further. Vitiligo usually left uneven blotches, yet Latoya's face appeared smooth and unnaturally uniform. Too even, too glossy to be natural. This made the theory of chemical whitening more believable to the public and only increased the criticism aimed at her. The rumors thrived on the gap between 1991 and 1992, when Latoya suddenly disappeared from the media. A paparazzo claimed he saw her leaving a clinic one April night in 1991. Her face was wrapped in bandages, dark circles hidden behind sunglasses, a silk scarf covering her neck. He snapped a photo, but the picture later vanished without a trace, as if it had been bought and buried forever. Latoya chose silence, but silence itself became a sentence. The Black community turned its back, calling her a traitor. Fans cried out in pain, "You sold out your own skin just to chase Hollywood?" Tabloids mocked her viciously as a pale copy of Michael. And the tragedy did not end there. After the shock of 1992, Latoya's career spiraled downward. Albums like No Relations, 1991, or Stop in the Name of Love, 1995, sank into oblivion, barely remembered. Worse, her image became tied more to scandal than music. From posing for Playboy to her violent relationship with ex-husband Jack Gordon, who was accused of controlling, abusing, and even forcing her to sign contracts. If Michael became a legend and Janet an icon, Latoya was drowned in her own white shadow. That night at the Beverly Hilton was not just a red carpet event. It was the moment she lost everything: her music, her community, and the brown-skinned identity that had once been her pride. As Latoya sat alone in her hotel room that night, staring into the mirror, she no longer recognized the face before her. And perhaps more painful than anything else, she knew it herself. From that moment on, the world would never see Latoya Jackson as an artist again, only as a white shadow lost beside Michael. 10. Diana Ross, when her own daughter didn't recognize her. If Latoya Jackson was the white shadow beside Michael, then Diana Ross was a tragedy on a higher stage, from the Queen of Motown to a pale porcelain doll in the very heart of the spotlight. Two stories that seem separate yet reflect the same pain, the crushing pressure of Hollywood forcing black women to sacrifice their very skin. Diana Ross was born in 1944 in Detroit, the greatest icon of Motown. With the Supremes, she paved the way for black women to reach the global dream. When she stepped into film, Ross was even nominated for an Oscar for Lady Sings the Blues, 1972, then shined in Mahogany, 1975, and The Wiz, 1978. To the public, she was a diva, a goddess, the proud brown-skinned beauty admired around the world. But on March 5, 1986, Vogue dropped its cover, and America gasped. Diana Ross appeared with a face as pale and rosy as porcelain. The press didn't hold back. The bleaching of a black icon. White America praised her as pearl-like, but the black community was furious. They saw their idol transformed into a Hollywood mannequin, stripped of the identity they once celebrated. That shock wasn't the worst of it. One night in the early 1990s, her eldest daughter, Rhonda Ross Kendrick, flipped through an old photo album. There was Diana in her Motown days, glowing brown skin, eyes burning with fire. Rhonda stopped, stared for a long time, then asked, "Who is this, Mom?" The moment cut like a knife. Diana froze, quickly closing the album. Her own daughter didn't recognize the woman she used to be. That brown-skinned woman was gone, replaced by a bright, pale face, the product of pressure, of spotlights, of Hollywood. Ross broke down, whispering, "Even you don't know who I am anymore." Rhonda, who had once taken pride in carrying her mother's legacy, left home for weeks, staying with friends in New York. The press at the time reported that Rhonda wanted to stand on her own, not rely on Diana Ross's shadow. But inside the family, whispers spread that Diana's skin transformation was the deepest fracture, one that nearly broke their bond. The relationship was eventually mended, but the wound never fully healed. Rhonda became a jazz singer and actress, living quietly, away from Hollywood's glare, as if in protest against what her mother had once embodied. And Diana, from that night on, saw two reflections in the mirror: a pale diva adored by Hollywood, and the brown-skinned mother her daughter once couldn't recognize. 9. Halle Berry, the Oscar icon and the skin-bleaching scar. Halle Berry was once Hollywood's dream. In 2002, she made history as the first black woman to win the Best Actress Oscar for Monsters Ball. But from that peak, the spotlight shifted, not to her talent, but to her skin. Comparing photos from the 1990s to the early 2000s, people noticed Halle's complexion gradually lightening. By 2007, when she appeared at the Perfect Stranger premiere in New York, the public was stunned. Halle stepped onto the red carpet with a noticeably pale face, while her neck remained several shades darker. Photographers captured the contrast in detail, and within days, tabloids splashed the images everywhere with headlines like, "Oscar winner turns porcelain." Rumors swirled that on August 17, 2007, Halle Berry, the black woman hailed as Hollywood's most beautiful, walked into a luxury spa in Beverly Hills. On the red carpet, she was an icon, but in the mirror, Halle saw only faint sunspots, dull skin, and the creeping fear of time slowly wearing her down. One spa worker later recalled, "That day, Halle lay quietly on a white treatment bed as technicians applied a thick, pungent cream to her face, a high-concentration hydroquinone formula already banned in Europe for its risk of destroying pigment. For a moment, her skin looked taut, glowing. But when the lights dimmed, the truth surfaced. Her face began to sting, burning hot, as if set on fire. 3 days later, Halle was briefly admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Nurses remembered clearly. When they removed the dressings, the skin around her jawline had peeled, oozing blood, leaving fine cracks stretching downward. Halle looked into the hospital mirror and broke down. The woman who once dazzled the world now faced herself, a fractured face like a mask beginning to shatter. In tears, she feared she might never return to the red carpet. The rumor of banned hydroquinone spread like wildfire. Blogs, tabloids, and forums clung to it, insisting Halle had gambled with her health to preserve her beauty. No proof ever surfaced, yet many believed it, fueled by photos that seemed to reveal faint scars around her jaw, under the camera flash. To the audience, they were just blurry traces. But for Halle, each glance in the mirror was a haunting replay. Peeling skin, tiny cracks, the beep of hospital monitors. The scars might fade, but the ghost of memory never did. What made this ordeal even more bitter was Halle's position. She, the first black woman ever to win an Oscar, was now suspected of bleaching her skin to keep Hollywood's embrace. 8. Vivica A. Fox, the scar from a cosmetic mistake. Vivica A. Fox, born in 1964, was one of Hollywood's most familiar faces in the 1990s and early 2000s. She found success in a wide range of roles: the bold woman in Set It Off, 1996, the strong fighter in Independence Day, 1996, and the blood-soaked battle of Kill Bill, 2003. Vivica was a symbol of radiant black beauty, lighting up red carpets with her confident smile and magnetic presence. But stepping into her 40s, everything shifted. Hollywood is a brutal world where women, especially black women, must fight twice as hard to hold on to their shine. Vivica openly admitted to undergoing cosmetic procedures to preserve her looks. She had liposuction, breast augmentation, and even confessed on The Wendy Williams Show in 2009. "There are things I did that, looking back, I wish I hadn't." The words sounded like a half-hidden confession. Amid that pressure in 2006, at the height of her career after Kill Bill, Vivica was said to have tried an aggressive skin bleaching and peeling treatment to lighten and even her complexion. A former assistant recalled a chilling moment in an Atlanta hotel room. When Vivica removed the bandages after the procedure, her skin was blistered and red, with patches oozing like mild burns. From her cheekbone down to her chin, a raw streak looked like a cracked scar. Vivica looked in the mirror and broke down in tears. The actress, once so commanding on screen, was now a woman haunted by her own reflection. For months she avoided close encounters, always asking backstage crews to use soft yellow lighting to mask the marks. The public never saw it. They only noticed her appearing less often, while whispers spread behind the scenes about the scar in the mirror, a secret carefully hidden. Her tragedy didn't lie in her career. She kept working, appearing in films, reality TV, and entertainment projects. The real wound was inside. Every time she looked in the mirror, the memory of 2006 hovered in the glass. The story of skin bleaching was never confirmed, but the ghost of the scar in the mirror stayed with her. Vivica A. Fox remains a recognizable face in Hollywood, but for her, the flash of cameras no longer means just glory. It is also a reminder of a wound that never healed, the price of fighting time and of longing to preserve a beauty Hollywood never allows to fade. 7. Lark Vorheis, a face disfigured beneath the bleaching cream. In the 1990s, older American audiences surely remember Saved by the Bell. That teen sitcom made Lark Vorheis as Lisa Turtle, a high school idol for millions of teenagers. With her bright smile, radiant brown skin, and stylish presence, Lark became one of the rare black actresses who stood as a cultural icon on television at that time. But the glow of her teen stardom faded, and Lark's career gradually dimmed. By the 2000s, she was rarely seen. Then, as social media rose, a series of her selfies went viral. Her skin appeared lighter, whiter, to the point where some barely recognized her. Tabloids like The Sun and forums like Lipstick Alley quickly lit up with rumors. Lisa Turtle bleached her skin. Lark denied it, but her denials were overshadowed by images that kept looking more and more different. The public gossiped, yet no one truly knew what was happening behind the scenes. One August afternoon in 2013, Los Angeles, a close friend came to visit and later described an unsettling scene. The room reeked of harsh chemicals. In front of the mirror, Lark sat motionless, her face coated in a thick white cream, her trembling hands smeared with gauze-stained yellow and brown. When asked, Lark simply shook her head and kept applying more. That night, she had overdosed on an illegal skin-bleaching cream imported from Asia. The result was burning welts spreading across her neck, red and blotchy. For weeks afterward, Lark locked her door, drew the curtains, and lived only in the dim yellow light of her apartment. Family members recalled how she avoided mirrors, then returned to stare at her reflection for hours, as if punishing herself. That story was never made public. The media only saw her lighter photos online, while that night in 2013 became a private memory, haunting those who witnessed it. From then on, Lark Vorheis' life veered into darkness, deeper psychological struggles, withdrawal from the public, becoming a painful example of the cost of running from oneself. From the teen idol once celebrated on screen, Lark Vorheis is now remembered by one haunting word: bleaching. And for her, that cream did not only burn her skin, it left behind an invisible scar, severing her from her once vibrant past. 6. Stacy Dash, shunned by her own people. In 1995, the teen world knew Stacy Dash through Clueless. With her mischievous eyes, confident smile, and glossy hair, Dash's Diane Davenport became a generational icon. For many black viewers, it was a rare moment, a black actress standing alongside a mostly white cast in Hollywood and still shining. But that glory gradually faded. By the 2000s, Dash's name slipped into the background, her roles dwindling. At the same time, age and the pressure to maintain her image brought changes. Whispers began. Stacy Dash looked lighter. Old and new photos were placed side by side, and skin-bleaching rumors flared. Then came the defining moment. August 27, 2012, Tampa, Florida. Dash walked into a political event. Television lights hit her face. The entire room froze. Her face was so pale, so unfamiliar. Many whispered, "Is that really Dion from Clueless?" The very next morning, the photos spread across the internet. Black forums erupted in anger. They called her a traitor. A heavy rumor circulated. Months earlier, Dash had secretly gone to the Dominican Republic for laser treatments and high-dose glutathione injections. Some said one session went too far, leaving her skin peeling, raw, and forcing her to stay in dark rooms for days. Though never proven, her Tampa appearance became living proof. The bitterest blow wasn't the tabloids, but her own black community, the very people who had once been proud of her. Now they turned away. They attacked not just her lighter skin, but also her political choices. On forums, harsh labels stuck. White skin, betrayer's heart. After Tampa, Stacy Dash was never the same. Roles dwindled, her reputation buried under waves of criticism. Each time her name came up, people didn't recall Dion's wit, didn't recall Clueless. They only remembered that pale face on live TV and the unspoken verdict, a traitor to her own skin. That night in her hotel room, after the makeup came off, Dash looked into the mirror. The pale face staring back was unfamiliar. And perhaps that was the real tragedy. Not just that the community abandoned her, but that she no longer recognized herself. 5. Lil Kim. The melting makeup mask. Lil Kim, born in 1974 in Brooklyn, was once called the Queen of Hip Hop. In the 1990s, she rose to fame with her rebellious style, bold rap lyrics, and boundary-breaking outfits. She was a point of pride for black women, a fierce voice in the male-dominated world of rap. But alongside the glory came an obsession with appearance. Criticized for her looks, mocked for her rough brown skin, Lil Kim turned to surgery and skin-lightening methods. Friends recalled how she always carried skin-bleaching cream, rubbing it thickly on her neck and hands before going public. Over time, this habit became an obsession. She no longer dared show her true complexion under harsh lights. Then came the night of June 14, 2010, Philadelphia. Lil Kim stepped on stage, the lights blazing hot. The crowd roared until minutes later, everything shifted. Sweat rolled down her face, carrying streaks of bright foundation and cream with it. Under the thousands of watts of stage lights, two tones appeared starkly: her pale face, her dark neck. The hall fell silent. No rap, no bass, only thousands of eyes fixed on the truth exposed. Lil Kim realized her mask was melting in front of everyone. She ran backstage. In the dressing room mirror, the image was haunting: streaked white powder, smeared mascara, and a dark neck clashing with the false pale skin above it. Kim collapsed, crying. The very lights that once lifted her to the top now betrayed her mercilessly. From that Philadelphia night onward, Lil Kim was no longer remembered as the unbreakable rap queen. Her tragedy was marked forever by one image: a melting mask under the lights, revealing the battle between fame and the fear of her own skin. 4. Beyonce, the full-body silver treatment. Beyonce, born in 1981, has long been celebrated as the queen of pop music and the symbol of proud, brown-skinned beauty. But that same glory bound her to a crushing pressure. Every appearance had to be flawless, almost divine. By late 2023, preparing for the Renaissance premiere in Los Angeles, that pressure peaked. The event's concept was metallic silver, and Beyonce believed her body itself had to embody that cold light. Obsessed with perfection, she decided she must appear with brighter, lighter skin than ever before. 2 days before the premiere, she reportedly entered a secret Beverly Hills clinic for an extreme procedure called the platinum peel. Her entire body was coated with shimmering silver serum, while high doses of glutathione and vitamin C were infused intravenously. For 6 hours, old skin was stripped away, leaving a surface bright and fragile as porcelain. The instant results stunned everyone, but Beyoncé's body paid the price. By the fitting on November 30th, her stylist noticed raw red patches on her nape and elbows. The skin was blistered like a mild burn. The team scrambled to stitch sequins onto her gown to cover the marks. Beyoncé stayed silent, nodding in agreement, focused only on one goal: to shine on premiere night. And then came December 1st, 2023. When Beyoncé stepped onto the red carpet in a full silver gown, the LED lights hit her face. The crowd froze. Her skin glowed ghostly white, so bright it looked alien, like a porcelain mask placed over the once proud brown woman. Awe quickly turned into whispers. The brown-skinned queen had turned into a silver statue. Few knew that beneath the heavy makeup, the burns still simmered. Beyoncé smiled for the cameras, but hours later in her hotel room, wiping away the makeup, the mirror revealed a tragedy. Half gleaming white, half blotched and blistered. In her eyes was both pride and panic. The silver glow that crowned her queen now gnawed at her body like a ghost. The Renaissance night ended with the public seeing only her radiance. But behind the silver dress was a woman trembling with pain, haunted by the question: how many layers of herself must she sacrifice to keep the throne? 3. Meagan Good, the acid burn that lasted. Meagan Good, born in 1981, was once one of Hollywood's freshest, most alluring faces. From TV to film, she was known for her bright smile and smooth brown skin, the very feature many thought defined her appeal. But sometimes what we take pride in becomes the weakness that brings us down. Few know that in October 2014, before the premiere of Black and Blue, Megan agreed to try an acid peel to rejuvenate and brighten her skin. She said yes, a small decision that opened a haunting chapter. 2 months later, during treatment, high-strength glycolic acid was applied to her chest and neck. At first it tingled, then it burned. Time dragged on. By the time the solution was removed, her skin was blistering, oozing, hot as if scorched by fire. The doctor panicked, bandaging her and warning her to avoid light. But her schedule wouldn't allow her to vanish. Just 8 days later, October 20th, 2014, Los Angeles, Megan appeared on the red carpet. Her deep-cut dress should have highlighted her allure, but the camera flashes exposed the truth. In seconds, raw red blotches across her chest and neck were revealed. No one outside her team knew that beneath the gown, silicone pads were pressed against her burns to stop blood and fluid from staining the fabric. She still smiled, still posed, but her clenched fists betrayed the pain of every movement pulling at the raw wounds. When the night ended, Megan returned to her dressing room and stripped away the gown and makeup. In the mirror, the charred, blotched skin was a curse etched onto her body. From that moment, she knew she would never bear her neckline again. And indeed, after that night, Megan always chose high-collared dresses, covering what the public never saw. Audiences only noticed a style change. But the truth was that each piece of fabric also concealed a wound, an acid burn that stole not only her smooth skin, but the confidence that once defined her glow. 2. Serena Williams, The Chemical Pool. Mystery. Serena Williams, born in 1981, is a global tennis legend. For over 2 decades, she embodied the invincible image of brown skin power, a strong body, resilient skin, a symbol of pride for Black women. Yet even a queen has moments of fear, and that is when tragedy slips in. It began in early June 2024. In Palm Beach's elite circles, whispers spread about a luxury treatment called the Glow Pool, a tank filled with enzymes and glutathione said to lighten skin in just a few sessions. To everyone's shock, Serena's name appeared among those curious to try. A staff member later described a chilling moment in a Palm Beach mansion. Serena soaked for over 2 hours in a liquid that shimmered like mercury. When she emerged, her skin was brighter, but not like a goddess statue, rather like a thin coat of paint peeling at the edges. Her fingers wrinkled, raw, red, and rash-covered, as if mildly burned. From rejuvenation, her body had become a dangerous experiment. Within 2 weeks, Serena posted a short video at her daughter's school. What looked harmless became a nightmare. Her face appeared unnaturally pale, while her hands remained dark, even swollen and red. The images spread instantly, sparking questions. What happened to the brown-skinned queen? Rumors erupted. Some swore it was a side effect of the chemical pool. Others claimed Serena had skipped practice because her hands burned too badly to grip a racket. From invincible icon, she suddenly faced suspicion. Had Serena risked her health for a luxury deal? And that was the true pain. The public only saw a few seconds of video, but in a quiet room afterward, Serena sat staring at her hands, the same hands that lifted dozens of Grand Slam trophies, now trembling from chemicals. The throne remained, the titles remained, but her skin was no longer whole. 1. Patti LaBelle, satin gloves. Over spotted hands, Patti LaBelle, the name America reveres. Since the 1960s, she has sung with her whole soul, turning Lady Marmalade into legend, then carrying on as the godmother of soul. People remember Patti not only for her voice that reached the deepest emotions, but for the proud stance of a Black woman standing tall in a white-dominated Hollywood, declaring, "I am here and I will not bow." Yet by the late 1990s, as the spotlight turned to younger, lighter-skinned stars, Patti, the once unshakable woman, felt herself slipping behind. Whitney, Mariah, Toni. all radiant, their skin glowing. At 50, Patti trembled at the question, would her voice alone be enough to keep her in the light? She listened to the wrong advice. In April 1998, Patti tried a light peel to even her tone. But her hands, the hands that gripped the microphone, the hands the audience always saw when she soared into high notes, became the victims. Acid ate unevenly, leaving mottled patches of light and dark. Looking down at her own hands, Patti gasped. The hands that once carried the soul of music now looked like a cracked mask. And then the tragedy was exposed. May 22, 1998, New York, during a live television show. Patti stepped out in a red gown, white lights blazing. Her voice still roared like fire, but the camera zoomed in on the hand holding the microphone, spotted, patchy, clashing with her carefully powdered face. In that moment, Patti felt every gaze fixed on what she wanted most to hide. No one said it aloud, but she knew. They had seen. Backstage, Patti raged, not just at her team, but at herself. She ordered, "From now on, only soft golden lights, and these hands will never be bare again." From that night, satin gloves became inseparable from her. The public praised Patti and her satin gloves as stylish elegance, but in truth, they were a thin veil hiding wounds that never healed. Each time she pulled them on, they concealed not only the mottled hands, but also the pain of a diva who once surrendered to the obsession with lightening her skin. And for Patti, each song, each applause, was a reminder that behind the satin softness lay a bloody truth. Even the greatest voice could not save her from Hollywood's merciless mirror. We have just walked through the painful tragedies of 11 black women. From Motown divas to Oscar queens, all carried the same scar, skin eroded by a ruthless Hollywood. They were once the pride of brown beauty, but ended up paying the price to wear a pale, soulless mask. These stories are the bitter pain of an entire community. If you feel the weight of that haunting truth, share your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe so we can keep uncovering the secrets still buried behind the blinding lights of fame.